Hello my darling YouTube friend. Today I'm very excited about my new Nikon Z6 with 16 to 80 mm 2.8 f4 lens. This lens is equipped with VR stabilization, vibration reduction stabilization, and I am a big fan of handheld video shooting. So this lens, of course, this is a DX lens, and this is a full frame camera, so maybe you cannot achieve this big depth of field and blurry background effect, but I think you need not so very blurry background, because you need to see what it is in the background. So slightly blurred background is the best option. And now I'm shooting on a micro four thirds camera. As you can see, the background also is slightly blurred out, so this is not a big difference between for example full frame f4 and micro four thirds 2.8 lens. The most impact on background blurring is actually a focal length, not so big impact on aperture, mostly on focal length. So if the focal length is bigger, the background blurs more, and if the background is more distant from an object, the background also is blurring more. So this is about cinematography. So for normal video shooters, the background blurring is not so important, because if you shoot some kind of action, even with full frame lens, even for example with 85 1.8 lens, if you shoot some distant action, for example, I'm shooting very often a motocross section, so if the motorcycle rides at 200 meters from you and background is 300 meters, then there is no blurry background at all, even with this focal length, even with widest aperture. So it depends. If you shoot very closely, like this, you see the background blurs more. If I go closer to background, the background blurs less, or even maybe not unnoticeable. So let's talk about this lens. Because I am very big handheld video shooting fan, I don't like a tripod, so I need a very good stabilization on camera. The best stabilized camera is Olympus, shooting right now, but also a Nikon Z6 with some VR lenses can achieve maybe the same amount of stabilization. For example, okay, 80 mils, right? Digital stabilization, switch it off, and stabilization mode is active, because normal it's more stable, but when you pan, it's pan with some kind of jerkiness, some kind of jumps. Okay, this is 80 mil. As you can see, I'm talking right now, but footage is really stable. Also, I like do a fast zooming action like this. This is my style. I'm shooting, for example, some kind of product like this, and then you can see this is Olympus, and keep shooting. Yep, this is my style. The sun maybe shines directly in my ND filter, but I cannot see any flaws in this term. So as you can see, stabilization is very good. Now I'm trying some walking action. I'm walking like this, ba-ba-ba-bam, ba-ba-ba-bam. Not very stable, my hands, I mean. Oh, maybe we need some vlogging action. So, vlogging action, testing, this kind of vlogging. 60 mils, shaky camera. Let's go. I'm vlogging like a vlogger style. Yeah, as you can see, it's possible to vlog with this camera. And also, zoom action, and stabilization is really excellent. It's not, maybe not as good as Olympus, but I think is very close to Olympus. Also, I tested, I own a 24-70 2.8 lens, and E-lens focuses on with FTZ adapter. It can focus also in video mode. All other lenses, like G lenses, the focus is very jumpy. I think is not usable. On this lens, the focus also sometimes jumps. It's not smooth enough, but it's really one case of 10. Maybe it is a problem. But in 9 cases of 10, autofocus works good enough. I'll try to show you. Okay, now it's maybe jumpy. And of course it's very loud, but I have an external microphone. And if this is autofocus sound. But if you shoot handheld like this, oh, focus point, moving, focus point here. Okay, maybe here, bumps, and bumps. Ooh, manual focus, don't worry. So focus and focus transition. A few years ago, I'm dreaming about this kind of focus. For now, it's, oh, maybe there is some pulsing. So the conclusion is, this lens, 16 to 80 mm f2.8-4 VR lens, I think this best lens for video shooting in terms of stabilization on Nikon Z6 body with FTZ adapter. Of course, I tried many lenses, maybe 24-70 2.8 lens is the same kind of stabilization, maybe, but it's a bit shorter, and maybe 60-50 DX kit lens from Nikon Z50 maybe is a, not maybe, it's has a better autofocus, very smooth and consistent, but stabilization is better on this lens. So I'm highly recommend. Also, you can shoot photos with this lens, and the quality is really great, even with wide and open apertures. So I really recommend you to try this lens out. If you has a Nikon Z6 body, try this lens out, give it a chance to prove herself. I think it's good lens, and as you can see, the stabilization is good enough. I think is really good, especially for full frame cameras. Maybe Panasonic has a slightly better stabilization, but I'm not sure. They're very similar with 60-80 2.8-4E lens. Highly recommend. And at the end, some focusing, zooming, moving action. You can judge stabilization by yourself. So let's starting. Now wait a minute, like this, and focus here. and the focus transition. Chinks, chinks, chinks. This is 80mm. Now I'm zooming in. This is 16mm. Zooming back to 80. And zooming maybe is not so smooth because zooming ring is slightly heavy. Yes, and that's all for today. I hope you like it. Maybe choose subscribe to my channel and press some like button. Pišķi, juhu!